Hi, hello everyone. Uh, Welcome to this call, and I would like to also welcome Ronnie for joining us today to give us more information about Founder Connect. I'm Fahim Didar. I'm leading the chapter program of Founder Connects. For those who are new, Founder Connect is a community of founders in Dubai where founders come together to help each other and make their startup journey easy. So last 2 weeks and maybe upcoming 2 weeks are have been very important for us and Founder Connects because for last 2 years when we started very small we uh, we did a lot of things, guys. If we show you the lines of codes, if we show you the documents created, the workflows created, you those are insane. But yeah, we did a lot of things. We made a lot of mistakes. We went through different directions, but we also learned a lot. And we are happy that we were not alone in this journey. We had some amazing 300 plus founders with us going through this journey, making it fruitful and joyful for us. Now, after 2 years, we are in a stage that we are much optimized for founders, not only in Dubai, but in or UAE. We are now optimized for founders in MENA region. And we are very excited because after a long journey, which I already mentioned, we have created the newest version of Founder Connects. And we feel that this version helps a lot because I'm also a founder by myself. Ronnie is also a founder by himself. And we think that whatever is happening inside Founder Connects, especially this new term that we are coming in with residency, how important this kind of groups are for founders. So I don't want to take much of your time. Let's hear a lot of things about Founder Connects, about the residency program, and about the kind of supports that one can get from the person who has been behind this great thing, and he has been eyewitness, like sometimes
Yes.
3 o'clock in the night. I receive messages. Maybe suddenly I'm just wake up for some reasons for a while, and I see that someone is working and sending me back to back messages. So let's hear from him many things. So, well, Ronnie, thanks for
Fahim.
joining me today to discuss about Founder Connects and the residency. Uh, I know that for last 2 years we have been doing a lot about many things, but one thing which really um, uh, is not only us but everyone in the community is talking about is this squad calls that are happening. So I would like you that you have been running this for last 2 years.
Yeah.
So what was the moment when you realized that founders need more than a monthly call?
Fahim, first of all, thank you for pulling this off, and thank you for being a great team player. I mean, I always tell people, you can't go very far without a great team. So thank you for being that great team of us,
My pleasure.
and thank you for everyone for joining here us today. I'm very excited, to kind of showcase what we've grown into. It's just really funny that my son somehow landed in the chat, and see, the thing is, my son always used to ask me like, "Hey, Dad, can I come to you to the events?" So just, hi Joe, how are you? And I always used to tell him like, it's too late. It starts very late and things like that. So I guess it's he just got it out of his system, landing here on the chat. So,
Amazing. That's nice.
and first of all, Fahim, you've probably seen a lot yourself. We there's a lot that we do in the background. All what we care about, and you definitely know this because I always ask the question: no matter if I'm working on something, you're working on something, or someone else is working on something, it's all about how can we move the needle of the founders, right? And that was basically the intent of creating a community for founders. Just to give some kind of background about myself here for those that are watching us. So I've been in the tech world for about 15, 16 years now. And I've went through all the journey that you're going through right now, whoever's watching us, if you're a tech startup founder. And it wasn't that easy, and there's a lot of ups and downs throughout the journey. It was one of the hardest journeys that someone can actually go through, and that's why you hear a lot of these words, stay resilient, do your best, and you have to work 24/7. But here's the fact: as hard as it is, there's some kind of joy that comes with it too. So if you ask me, a lot of people ask me like, hey, for how long are you going to be doing that? I would be doing what I've been doing for the last 16 years over and over and over and over again, because that's the journey that I love. And I've seen, and I got the chance, to kind of speak with a lot of founders when before creating Founder Connects. And I've realized something that, we all had common struggles. And I was very keen to understand how can I make this journey. I'm not going to tell you make it easy because I'm not a magician, but I just wanted to make it a little bit less harder. That was the whole point, right? This is number one, and number two is I wanted to somehow figure out a way to increase the chances of success, because as you probably already know, Fahim, that especially in the startup world, the first year, I think the last time I read a report, it said 90% of the startups tend to fail the first year, and then you're left with 10%, and then 50% of these 10%, they tend to fail the next 3 years, and then you're left with a little bit less than 5%, and then the rest as well, there's another 50% that fails in the next 7 years. So not a lot of not a lot of people make it eventually, right? So the biggest question was, what can we do in order to increase the percentage for people to actually make it? And like any startup founder, I just got to work and started testing stuff. So this is where I created Founder Connects. The intention was to create a community, and inside this community we created something called squads, where we pair you with another 9 founders that are relevant to you, so you can meet once a month on a moderated call, so we can help out each other on the things that we're stuck on. And today, for those watching us, you'll probably get a taste of this, because at the mid this webinar, we're probably going to go through the stuff that you're currently stuck on, so we can solve it all together here in the room. We got a couple of founders here with us. So if you have a challenge, just go ahead and post it in the chat. We'll try to cover as many as possible. So yeah, we kicked it off, and things started working out. People started loving it, founders started coming together, founders started helping out each other in the squad calls, and it became like your own squad, like your own group that you can actually rely on, right? So and we've started realizing that founders needed a bit more, right? So they wanted to try to, they were asking us about perks, they were asking us about some lead generation strategies and so forth. So this is where we got back to work. We started thinking about how can we make this more helpful, more bigger, and that's how the squad became the Founder Connects Residency. So today, the Founder Connects Residency, the squad is, the center of it, but there's plenty of other benefits around it, such as now you can claim, perks worth more than $3 million. We
Wow.
can help you. We can help you help again, right? But we're trying to do as much as possible, with lead generation, because we already got a very big ecosystem. So what we do is we tell you like, hey, if you have a perk, how about you give it to us? We'll just distribute it across our ecosystem. Maybe this is one way, to help you generate leads, and at the same time help you build your brand equity, right? So there's plenty of benefits that we've launched actually with the Founder Connects Residency.
Wow. So, for those who are new here, uh, maybe in a very plain terms, uh, what actually is the Founder Connect Residency?
So it's a virtual space that you have to apply, and based on the application you have to be approved. Once you get accepted, this is where you'll be sent the link to access the residency. And once you access the residency, I'm going to showcase a bit, how it looks like, just so you can have an idea. Once you access the residency, you're going to have to fill up your profile, and then we will be notified in order to match you with your relevant squad. As soon as you're matched with your squad, this is where the whole system starts. Your whole journey with the residency starts, speaking with founders, connecting with other founders. It's actually worth showcasing a bit. Let me try to here to share my screen. I probably have more than 100 tabs, but the good thing here is that if most of you are founders, you probably understand why. So give me just a second just to find the tab itself.
Yeah. Yeah, and while you're sharing the screen, I see a question that is it only for MENA region or anyone can join? I think it's not closed. As long as you're interested in the MENA market, you can join the residency for literally from any place in the world.
Yeah. So what we started recently, so definitely we started in the UAE, all right, and we started venturing out of the UAE. We obviously open doors for other countries, non-MENA countries. So as long as you believe that founders from the MENA could be of help to you, or the benefits of the residency could be of help to you, then we're up for it. All what we care about is through the application. As soon as we receive the application, we just ensure that you're actually working on something serious. That's as soon as possible. So just to give you, a quick view, of the residency itself. I'm viewing it here as one of the residents here, Muhammad Bitar. Shout out to him, Muhammad Bitar. I can see him with us. So thank you for being an awesome resident, man. So I'm going to show you the residency really quickly. If you've used Slack previously, you're probably familiar with the journey itself. You have some channels here on the left side, and every single channel is a feature, is a function, basically. So this is where everyone introduces themselves. The great thing about this, once you introduce yourself, all more than 250 founders get notified. So it's a great way for you to kind of promote yourself. Let's put it in very short words. These are the meetups that we do. It's open for we do public meetups, basically open to all founders. And what we do, the residents, they get access to the early bird tickets, basically, and they get a guaranteed access to our rooms, because we tend to sell out, basically. This is where you can see all the founders that are in the Founder Connects platform, the residency itself. So you can see, you can add, you can connect with the founders, and then once you connect with them, this is where you can start DMing them. There's a talk hub, is just a YouTube thing. The benefit of the residency, so the network is more of the, you know The network is kind of open for a lot of people. The residency is open for only the residents only. Now, once the residents are downgraded, they become basically the network members. So when it comes to the residents, first of all, the biggest, one of the biggest feature other than the squad calls are the office hours, because we've realized that there's a lot of questions inside these squad calls that are worthy of getting a proper expert to kind of answer to these questions. So we started getting these experts that you can actually join their office hours for free. So if you want to do this alone on the side, you'll probably pay maybe 50 to $100 virtually. It can go up to $500 per hour in person. So if you're a resident, you get to do that. You get to access these for free. So we have multiple experts. We're going to be having per month 15 experts. That's our target. So we're going to be getting SEO experts, meta experts, marketing experts, coaching experts for founders. So we're tackling every single topic that is relevant for founders. This is where the $3 million perks is. So they're categorized basically to make it a bit easier for you to find them, but there's plenty of them. All what you have to do is click on the expert itself, on the perk itself, and then there's a link where you just visit it and you apply. Now, speaking about, we try to help as well our residents to generate leads, as you can actually apply. You can share your own perk. So once you share your own perk, this is where we will add it in the perks vault. But for the residents, we do something a bit extra, is like we take it and we kind of distribute it across our ecosystem as well. We have funding news. Funding news is as soon as it's live online, you'll probably see it here. It's a very important thing for. We always tell the residents like, hey, well, as soon as you see a startup that got funded, there's two things that you can do. If you think like these people got money so they can spend it so they can grow, if you believe you offer a good service to help them in their growth, then reach out to them. And two, if you're in the same industry and you're looking to raise money, then probably see who invested in them. It's a great way of figuring out who's a potential investor. The weekly intros, we were supposed to relaunch this week, but we're still polishing the very last dots. So definitely next week is going to be live. So if you're a resident, we hope to spark some kind of collaboration with you as well. So that's where we kind of, every single Monday we send to your inbox to you, a match. We tell you like, hey Fahim, we believe you and Ronnie should meet, all right, because you have some relevancy between each other. So continue the conversation from there. So we send one email matching two founders every single Monday. You'll be matched with a founder. We hope to spark some kind of collaborations. There's a curated investor list. As soon as you click this button, the list will appear. And obviously you have your squad, like this is Muhammad Bitar's squad per se, right? So this is the squad chat. Between calls, all right, once a month we do these virtual calls, but between the calls, you can simply chat, with your squad. And that's how the residency.
All right, thank you very much. You already answered one of my questions. Yeah, but just overall, I know most of founders are part of many groups and many chat groups, many other communities already online or offline. Just like in terms of value, uh, what's the difference? Why they should join residency?
So here's the thing, Fahim. Every single community leader are trying to solve a specific problem in their own way, right? And every single startup founder, they're trying to implement or execute their idea in their own way. And if you're deep into the startup world, investors don't invest in ideas; they invest in people. because there's one simple reason why they do that is because they believe that you're going to execute it hopefully the successful way, right? So every single leader, startup founder, what have you, they execute things in their own way, in the way that they see beneficial. From our point of view, all right, we really believe that getting founders closer to each other, to work together, and to share the playbooks that was a win for them is the way that we believe, all right, will increase, will first of all increase the chances of success, but second of all reduce the costly mistakes. And I can't
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you,
I know
I
that you are
can't
using
tell you
this
the amount of
every
money we
time,
waste.
every time. So can you explain it a bit more? What are these costly
um
mistakes?
Yeah, that's a good question. So look, the thing is, I'm definitely sure here the founders that are actually watching us, they they know how much money they wasted on mistakes that that they could have prevented if another founder inside a specific squad could have told them like, hey, I've tried this, don't try it, it's not going to work.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mistakes. I've spent like I've probably spent more than $1 million strategizing across my 15, 16 years of being in the tech world. So there's a lot that I learned from my own pocket, and there's a lot of I think most founders, if not all founders, they tend to learn a lot from their pockets. So this is where we're coming in. We're telling them like, hey, don't spend all this money. Like there's someone in your squad that already tried it. Why are you going in and just making that potential mistake that you might make?
Yeah.
So, so look, to summarize it, to give you an answer to your question, is we've built a more systematic community, a more gated community as well, because you have to apply and then you have to be accepted in order to keep the quality inside the residency, acceptable. And when I say acceptable, and a lot of people ask us like, hey, what are your terms for you to accept us? We're not being very tough here. All what we care about is we want to know that if you're serious about whatever you're building. And we're trying to weed out the people that tend to join communities just for the sake to sell people stuff and to spam communities. That's what we're trying to weed out, right? And I don't know, Fahim, if you remember when long time ago when we started working, me and you, it was a big blocker for us because it would have been way easier for us to put the payment link on our website and then just getting in people paying us, right? Is that important for a startup? The cash flow is as is that important. But we took the slow route for to ensure the quality inside the community. And I think we started a month ago or 2 months ago, we started seeing that reciprocating into something extremely good inside the community.
All right. So what I see here, and I know that the core of the residency is these are squad calls. So can you just walk us through like what is happening inside the squad calls?
Yep. So usually, once you're matched with a squad, once a month we meet virtually on a moderated call on Google Meets, and we start sharing our challenges. Every single founder, they share their challenges. I even join every single one of them. I mean, I'm it's true I have 15, 16 years of experience, but I always love to learn more and more and more from every single founder that I can actually meet, right? So so what happens on these calls, we have 90 minutes to share. Every single person and every single founder shares their own what they're stuck on this month. So some founders might come in, they might go like, hey, you know what, I want to crack SEO. So instead of them going and trying it themselves and wasting a lot of money, especially SEO, by the way, the reason why SEO is one of the top topics, because usually what happens with founders, they go on Upwork or freelance.com or any job portal platforms, and they start hiring freelancers. And obviously they you try as much as possible to hire an efficient one, a cheap one per se. And what you do is, so you hire them, and then you know that you have to wait around 8 months to see some results. And if you don't know, then you will start asking that freelancer, and that freelancer will tell you, hey, you need to wait 8 months to start seeing some results. So what you do is you start paying this freelancer a monthly fee, and then you wait for these results to come in after 8 months. And then after 8 months, you go like, all right, where are the results? There are no results. So this is where the freelancer, might start coming up with some excuses and things like that. And then you realize you just wasted 8 months of salary and 8 months of time, because sometimes time is as important as money, right? Especially for early stage startups. So that's where your squad would tell you like, hey, you know don't do anything. We've been doing SEO for 3 years, and these are the things that worked for us. This is the freelancer that actually got us an ROI. So instead of you going there and wasting it, a lot of time, a lot of money yourself, you can just simply take the recommendations that your own squad would actually recommend. So, and every single month, every single founder has a specific challenge. So from SEO to raising funds to lead generation, and the list won't stop. So, and that's the beauty of the journey at the end of the day.
All right. Thank you, Ronnie, for walking us through it. Um, uh, you kind of answered this question, but yeah, I want to hear it more clearly. What, like, uh, what other things like in the squad is like the core of the residency, but
Yeah.
what other benefits people get while joining the residency program?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So, the squad, you get matched with a squad. We jump on a moderated call. You get the weekly intros to your emails. We hope to spark collaboration. You get the $3 million in perks. Obviously, you have to apply for these perks, and then the perk owner, they accept or reject. You can share your own perks, so we can somehow help you generate more leads. And obviously, if the office hours as well, I almost forgot this very important one, the office hours. So you can join experts for free. All right, these experts, they tend to charge 200 to $400 per hour if you just want to reach out to them separately. So you can join their office hours virtually for free. So you can ask them any questions that you might have. And for the annual residents, we can even, we wanted to somehow generate more exposure around you. So if you apply for the annual residency, what we do is we record a podcast with you. We take this podcast and then we kind of redistribute it across our ecosystem, reaching a minimum of 15,000 eyeballs, just to help you, building your brand or even your personal brand, whatever you're trying to promote. So, in a nutshell, this is what basically the residency offers in terms of benefits. And Fahim, I really see the most important part of this is cracking the challenges that you're
The
stuck. Like
challenges.
all these are really great benefits, but I've always wished 15 years ago, like I had few founders next to me telling them like, hey, I'm about to test out this strategy, what do you think? And then them telling me, um, don't or do it or whatever it is. And I can cover some of the common challenges that we tend to hear, because they're really interesting. So just top of mind, all right. So some of them basically they stay building for months before they even go live, before they even get a single customer. Like, this is one challenge that we always discuss within the squad calls, because we always tell people, try to sell even if you're not live. Like, just try to find product market fit, right? And I'm sure I've fell into this trap myself a long time ago when I started. It's not a thing that we a lot of people know about. So it's just finding product market fit is something very important and something that you can do at a very early stage, especially nowadays in the AI world. Another challenge that we tend to hear a lot during these squad calls is that a lot of people, they try to sell their packages to everyone. So whenever you ask them, like, okay, who's your platform or your service for, everyone can use it, especially when it comes to apps, right? For instance, top of mind, I did a conversation with a founder of a note-taking app. So who are you trying to sell it to? Everyone can take notes. Got it. Everyone can take notes, but where's, like, how are you trying to position yourself in the market? How are you trying to tackle the correct niche? Because the problem is, when you're trying to sell to everyone, you end up selling to no one. That's the problem in the startup world. Another one, I think that there's another interesting one, which is the pricing. So a lot of founders, they go through this mental debate, pricing out of fear versus pricing out of value. They would go like, okay, you know what? Let me just make it a bit cheaper. Just let me get in some cash, right? Whereas in some cases, if you actually increase the pricing, you can somehow verify the value. And once you verify and validate the value, you could convert more, believe it or not. So there was a story in our one of the founder squad. So what happened with the founder is he kind of had it on a very cheap spectrum, but the value was immense. So we did like, there was another founder in the squad called, he ended up sharing one of their competitors, and he was like, you're way far from your competitors pricing model. Like, how come your competitors is like 20 times more expensive? He was like, I don't care, I just want to get some clients. And we ended up convincing him to try to get it closer to the competitors pricing. Um, and instantly he kind of showcased the value, the real value that they were offering through the price itself. Because it's like, whenever I come to you, I tell you, hey, this pen is like for $1, and I tell you this other pen is for $30. You might think that this other
Yeah.
$30 pen has more value, right? So yeah, that's why pricing is important. And there's plenty for him. Like, there's the
Yeah.
hiring, and there's the burning of the
Yeah,
cash.
I think we can even role play this letter in this program. So with all founders here, we can role play this. But yeah, before that, um, can you tell me who the residency is for and who this is not for?
It's for any founder or upcoming or aspiring founder that are serious about building something. We're not, we don't care if your platform or MVP is live. We just want to know that you're serious about building something. It's not for the people that are trying to come in and try to sell their services or spam. Let me use this word. All right, spam their services across our ecosystem. uh, it's not the place for you. Do we have some service providers that actually succeeded? Yes, but they've succeeded because they were so embedded within the community, and they've helped, and they created their own trust within the community. So a lot of founders started trusting them. So therefore, a lot of founders started hiring them for a specific service. But would I want to take your money for you to come in and just start spamming your services and then come back to me and tell me like, hey, you know uh, no one converted? I wouldn't let you in from the beginning. So
Yeah.
I prefer not to take your money. Just I prefer to protect the community on that case. So yeah, I mean, if you're a serious builder, it's that's the place to be.
Yeah, and maybe that's the cause that we are very selective. Like
Yeah.
instead of letting everyone come and pay us, we're very selective. So if anything else makes your criteria for being very selective, do let us know here.
Yep. I can see another question. What if there is multiple founders? How do they participate? That's a very good question, actually. We do have some co-founders that are together, but each co-founder or each founder, all right, needs a separate application. It's a separate membership for every single person, and every single co-founder goes through the same journey, and they can be matched in different squads. So, co-founder A can be in a squad of 10 founders, and co-founder B can be in another squad of another 10 founders. So this becomes way more powerful once you kind of have this access.
Great. All right. So I see that you put the first call grantee on the table, and that's a kind of risk which I see. Why take that risk?
Oh, the free, like your money back if you don't see any value,
Mhm.
because we're comfortable with it. Like, hey, if you don't see any value from your first squad call, as long as you join the squad call, like, hey, join the squad call, your first squad call. If you don't see any value from it, no questions asked. Your money back. As simple as that. So we're I mean we're pretty comfortable about the value that we're offering.
Okay, so before we move to the next part, uh, what are few things, or tell us something that founders are generally surprised once they're inside residency?
Nice question. Surprised. I'm not sure if I can position it as a surprise or maybe as a discovery, but you know, it's just them seeing a lot of other founders going through the same journey that they are. And I think it's so good on so many levels, psychologically, on a personal level, on a mental level, seeing 250 plus founders going through the same hardships that you are actually going through. Because what usually happens when you're not part of such groups, you think that you're the only one, and you think you're the only one that has it very hard and not working for you or whatever it is. But when you kind of, especially when you jump on these squad calls and you see that, every single founder has a challenge, and these challenges are not very far away from the challenges that you have in mind. So I think that's, the discovery that they tend to make that kind of makes them feel good about themselves.
Exactly. And I think when you were designing this all and we were working together on it, I realized that we are kind of becoming a very strong accelerator kind of thing, but not going that the usual classical accelerator path, but we
Yeah.
are going in a community path because what I see that the kind of real feedback that we are receiving from the founders in the squad calls, that's actually tested.
Yeah.
It's not just a lecture that you are hearing or a thought. It's just something that someone has really tested. And if it has worked, they're just offering you that. And if it has not worked, they're actually stopping you from making those costly mistakes. All right. So thank you very much, Ronnie, so far with all of the informations that you have given. It feels like that's a great place for every founder to be there. Okay, let's talk about some common challenges, and even maybe we can cover some common challenges that our audience in this call are facing. So,
Yeah.
kind of role play the real squad
Squad,
here.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a challenge and you're watching this, please go ahead and post it in the chat. I can see already one. I think from Bogdan. When did you bring in help, and how did you decide build versus hire versus contractor? I've built all. Actually, let me share that with everyone here. I've built all by myself: tech, go to market, branding. Okay, that's, yeah, and about to go live. Bogdan, that's a great question. So this is what usually happens with every single early stage founder. They're the salespeople, they're the technical people, they're the customer service people, they're the social media people. So whatever you're going through is the normal journey of any early stage founder, except if you're, a founder that already raised around. Uh, this means that you have the means to hire a team for it. So, you know, usually what I, definitely advise, and for the founders that are with us as well, please do share your thoughts as well, because that's what we do in this squad calls. Okay, so feel free to share your thoughts in the chat itself. So what we tend to, what my biggest advice is for those that are actually, going through this specific phase of this journey on how do you decide when to build versus when to hire, when to, and first when to hire freelancers and so forth. I prefer you go through every single one or journey that you want to outsource. You go through it first. I'll give you an example. We have a lot of members in our squad calls, and few of our squad calls. They're like, I want to hire a salesperson. We go like, okay, have you sold any so far? They go like, no. I was like, okay, assuming you hire a salesperson, which kind of playbook are you gonna give that salesperson if you as a founder don't even know what's actually hooking the clients or the potential leads, right? So, as a founder, you need to be able to advise this salesperson, because if you don't advise this salesperson or give them a playbook, then they're probably going to fail at their job. So, take that framework and apply it to every single thing. So, what I love doing, usually, I love going through the hard details myself first, so I can understand how this journey should look like for the salesperson, for the social media person, for the customer service person, and so forth. Because if I don't have enough knowledge on how this should work, then I'm not going to be able to advise whoever I hire. I'm not going to be able to advise them well. So go through it yourself first. And then once you close your 10 deals, your first 10 deals, then get a salesperson on board. Because what happens once you close your first 10 deals, you've already tested out your pitch. You know what's working and what's not. You know the problems of the potential clients. So you get plenty of data more than just not selling it yourself, not selling the product yourself. So, so imagine with this data, once you transfer this data to the person that you hire, so put yourself in their shoe. Do you think they're going to do a better job if they have this from you or not? So that's why go through it alone first. I know it's very hard. That's why it's a hard journey, but go through it alone. It's worth it. Let's see. There's Fahim, you're muted.
Feel free to put your questions in the chat. I see that Bodan has put question number one. Maybe he has another question too. Feel free to ask.
I think, is it Andrea? I think that's how it's pronounced, right? So MENA is my go-to market with my startup, but before relocating, I would love to do some preparation and every help. Yes, that we have, people from Europe that are part of the residency because they're launching in the MENA region. So if you're interested, definitely it's a great place for you. And imagine how much information you can actually get from these founders that are doing work in the MENA region. So there's plenty of things that they can give it to you upfront instead of you trying to discover it yourself.
Okay, so Ronnie, a question which comes in my mind, and I even asked it in one of the community groups today, was that with every day coming a lot of these AI wipes that we are seeing. So every
Yeah.
day there are multiple products launch. Uh, and I see that a lot of founders are, if they're not using a tool, they feel like they're behind and they jump from tool to tool. I think this is a real challenge right now for everyone, not only for founders, but founders because they have less time and a lot to do. What's your advice in terms of how to use AI?
Uh, look, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, sorry.
And
Yeah,
I would like to really know how you are using it.
yeah,
So because
yeah.
we're looking into cases, real case study here.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad actually Muhammad Bitar is here with us in the chat because he's one of the AI freaks in the residency. So we always, throw messages at each other when it comes to AI launches. So Fahim, look, AI has been, the the change maker of the century, basically, right? So it's really it changed the internet, it changed civilization, and I think there's a current shift happening between civilization itself, and there's a huge opportunity, you know, between or within that shift that's happening. Uh, so that's how important it is. Now, the problem is we sleep, we wake up. There's a new AI launch. There's a new even there's a new model by the mega AI companies that was launched. So I remember there was a phase where Anthropic. I think it wasn't a long time ago. Like yesterday, Anthropic had a launch. By the way, they launched. What was it called? Fade or their new LLM model. All right. This is how much for him. I stopped keeping. Although I used it today, I tried it today. But with names, Fable 5. So yeah, there was a time in like a month ago, Anthropic was launching an update every single day. It was so hard to keep up. And I consider myself someone that is very deep into the AI world. I build my own AI agents, my own AI team. So I'm very, very deep in the AI world, and still I couldn't keep up. I was always asking myself, how are these people that are not as deep as myself able to keep up? And the answer is that a lot of people gave up to keep up. They were like, you know what, we'll wait until the dust settles, and then we'll see what's actually working and what's not in the industry, and then we'll just use it. So, but for someone like myself and for a lot of the AI freaks in the community or in the residency, we care to understand, what are the latest updates and how can we use them to better our startup in general, basically, right? So there's we definitely talk a lot about AI. We did face some pushback from a couple of residents. They have their own thoughts about why, and everyone has their own thoughts at the end of the day, right? So but that's the beauty of it. This is why I love not creating just a safe space for people to be politically correct. This is not what we're trying to do in the squads. We're trying to really create an authentic space where people can actually give the real reasoning behind everything they believe, because that's the only way we can move forward together. So I'm a big believer of AI. I'm a big user of AI. I've tested a lot of these LLMs. I've tested a lot of these frameworks, and I've built my own AI agent teams. Going back to your question on how I use it, But I still feel like the world is still very much behind. Let's put it that way. So obviously, when we showcase, there's there are a lot of people that are very AI, AI freaks as I am in these squads. So I love when they showcase what they've been doing with AI, and I think that's how you learn, right? You just see, how we did it. That's the whole point. We always say that Founder Connects Residency is about founders sharing the playbooks that worked for them. Simple.
All right. So, uh, yeah, maybe let's talk a little bit like if someone right here wants to just pull right now, what's the best next step?
Yes. So if you're interested in the Founder Connects residency, let me go ahead and share the URL. You can apply, and then we review every single application within 24 hours. So here you go. We've posted it on the chat. Go ahead, apply, and then we hope to see you inside one of these squads and to meet you a lot more in person.
Great. So, other than residency, I think we are doing these spotlight events, these coffee series. Maybe can you talk a little bit about them? You.
Yes. So look, the thing is, we love our residency, we love everything, but we started having a lot of founders asking us, we really thought the in-person aspect is an important aspect as well, and we don't wanted this in-person aspect to be opened to any founder, not just founders from the residency itself. So because when we thought about it, it checked the boxes to move the needle for our own residents. So getting them founders from outside for them to be able to connect with, right? So this is where we started creating our own in-person meetups, and we started 8 months ago by within our with our first concept. So we create spaces, and every single space has a specific benefit or outcome. So Spotlight is more about it's called Spotlight, the first meetup. 80 founders coming together every single month. By the way, the last one happened last Thursday. The next one is happening on July 2nd. I can share the link as well. Do you have the link by any chance near you,
Yeah,
Fahim?
I
If you
can
do,
I can put it. I can
yeah,
put
if you
it.
do, go ahead and share it. So if you're interested to join us on the next one, amazing room, amazing room. So this is Spotlight. Another one, we're doing Tech After Hours. Tech After Hours is a space where we just turn off everything, no agenda. Unlike Spotlight, we do a virtual speed networking in the morning. We choose as well randomly 10 founders to pitch in the evening. So you will see 10 founders pitching at Spotlight. You will see a guest of the month, and these guests of the month are usually big founders who've made an impact. Either they've raised a lot of money, or they've invested a lot of money, or they actually made a real impact. So you can watch, by the way, the guest of the month on our YouTube channel. It's called Spotlight. You can check it out. You'll see the vibe of the room as well. So, so this is Spotlight Tech After Hours. As I was explaining, no agenda, nothing. Just let's come together. Let's just have a drink together, relax a bit. It's just a space to create friendship. And the third one, we have something called Coffee Series, but we don't have one planned in the near future yet. Coffee Series is about a specific vertical, like for example, FinTech Coffee Series. It's founders in the fintech industry coming together in the morning to have breakfast and coffee together. But we limit this table to up to 15 founders, basically. And now we're launching a new concept, which is we haven't named it yet, but it's about creating a space for founders to find co-founders. Um, it doesn't have to be only technical co-founders or CEOs specifically. It could be, the first founding team as well. It could be CMOs, CPOs, whatever founding team that you're, interested to hire. So we're creating this space, and hopefully soon we'll be live. But yeah, you can, you know if if you've joined us in the previous spotlights, you're probably already inside our database on our calendar, so you'll be notified. If not, you can visit. Fame, have you shared the spotlight URL?
Yeah, can you share it? I send it to your WhatsApp because somehow I cannot put something in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Here you go. I'll share it from my end. Spotlight. By the way, we're doing these across multiple cities, not just in Dubai.
Yes.
So you can check it out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're someone joining from another city, especially in MENA, or even Europe and other parts of the world, and you want to bring this amazing thing to your city, just in the website, we have this section called Become a Host.
Yeah.
Uh, Check it for yourself and let us know. And yeah, we would like to collaborate with you to bring this amazing thing to your city. All
Uh,
right, Ronnie. So I think we are done here.
yep.
Thank you very much for the time, and thank you very much, everyone, for being with us. We are all here to help each other as a founders, make it easy, and I think community is the best way of doing things together. And we are here. Would love to see some of you inside the community and working more with you. Okay, we have a very just a question there. What if a squad does not do well? Is someone overseeing the squad, their
Yeah.
result and outcome?
Yes, we have a moderator. This is number one, and I'm part of every single squad as well.
Yeah, yeah. And also, the squads are not those 10 founders are not always together. So there is a time when we rotate these squads to give you a taste of new people, to connect you with new people all together. So you're not always in the same squad. We shuffle them in order to make the journey more skillful, more experiential for you.
Something very important I missed, by the way. So thank you, Fahim, for yeah. We rotate the squads every 3 months. Great. Thank you,
All right.
Fahim. Thank you for everyone for being here. And we're almost 60 minutes now. So thank you for keeping up with us, guys. For those that are interested, to apply to a residency, the link again is in the chat. For those that are in Dubai, the one that I shared is Dubai Spotlight. That's the next one happening basically. So feel free to join us, and hopefully we'll see some of you in our residency.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you're hesitating, there was a guarantee which already Ronnie mentioned about it. And also, maybe a spotlight will be a very nice starting point because there you really see the community members in a room face to face. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Ronnie, for
Thank you,
giving
Fahim.
us
Thank
the
you.
time and everything you shared about the program, the residency, and everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.